Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. The world that you experience, as was stated in A Course in Miracles, is a world of illusion that was created out of a tiny mad idea from which people forgot to laugh. The tiny mad idea was that it was possible to be separate from God. It was possible to be where God isn't, to leave God, and to be independent of God. This is a ridiculous notion, since God is everything and everywhere. But once believed, it took on the power to create a very dense illusion of being separate. And if you look at how you live your life and how most people live their lives, it's all based on that tiny mad idea. It's all based on this crazy notion that you are separate. And what follows from that belief is the world in which you live. If you believe that you're separate, then a number of things would ensue. First, you're on your own, so you need to figure out how to survive. You're cut off from your source, so you need to find food, find safety, and then think about how you're going to get food and safety tomorrow. If you ever wonder why millions and millions and millions of dollars are spent on storage lockers, it's the same basic belief. Because you are separate, you need to have provisions. You need stuff. And you need to collect stuff so that you can survive. And people do not want to release their stuff because they might need it or because it has significance. The group that you're in is partly for your safety and your survival. So it would follow that you couldn't really be who you are or say how you really feel for fear of being ostracized from the group, at which point your survival would be threatened. So there's a certain adherence to norms and laws and learning to keep your head down, not wanting to be rejected. Again, it all goes back to the belief that you rejected God, and look where that got you. And it's not just the collection of stuff, it's certain kinds of stuff. Having a car that's a reflection of your value, because you have no intrinsic value other than what you can show by what you possess. The one with the most toys wins. This is where hoarding comes from. This is where greed comes from. It's all based on the fear that you really are alone. And consequently, you can't get enough of what you really don't need. What you need is to wake up to the fact that this has all been an illusion and a dream, and that your needs are always being met. The first thing that has to happen, though, is that you have to be willing to release what you've relied on and be honest about how little this has served you. It just furthers the illusion that you can somehow have enough stuff to ward off your fear. Even when you perceive someone, you think you're seeing them, but you're not. You're just seeing your past. Everything that comes in is compared to your past. to find out whether you're safe or not. Is this someone who can help you? Is this someone who could hurt you? Can this advance your independence, or this could threaten your independence? The relationships that you form where you need something from someone or they need something from you are not based on love. They're based on fear. This is why we tend to go along to get along. There is no fix on that level because it's all based on a phony premise that we aren't all connection, that we aren't all one, and that all of our needs are being met constantly. Allow yourself to examine what you are standing on, what you are relying on. And consider that all of those things and all of those ideas are based on a lie. Once you expose this lie, that's the beginning of a new world. It does require a certain amount of courage and a lot of honesty to realize that the things that you've been relying on have let you down entirely. And that in the end, even if you have great health and great wealth and great friends, you're still playing a game that ends in your death. Consider that what needs to die is not you at all, but your reliance on the illusion. And when you open up to the possibility that none of this is real, but there is reality, the reality is in your heart, it's in your experience of love. There is truth, but not in what you've experienced so far or compared to what you've experienced so far. Truth is yours, love is yours, your identity is connected to everyone else's because it's all the same. You've never left. You are divinely taken care of. And your willingness to release previous illusions and be open to the possibility that the kingdom of heaven is at hand is a step in the right direction. Let the illusions fall away. Let yourself be disillusioned and come back home to your true knowing. Not based on your past, but based on who you really are. This will get easier and easier as you realize the folly of continuing to believe that you are separate. You are not. You are one. We are one. We are love. You are love. And you've never made a mistake. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon.